Namaste and welcome to class and happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much for sitting with me with your undivided attention on the topic about mother and motherhood. And perhaps this point of view will help you to enrich where you are, especially if you're a daughter or if you are a mother. Let's start with some general perspective where the mother is always at play. It's not only the biological mother, but it's also that we are creating at all the time our reality. So if you can imagine that every single event in your life, you have give birth. And that takes a lot of energy from your part. It takes mental energy, the belief system. It takes the emotional energy. It takes the magnetic energy. And of course, the synchronicities for you to be in the right time, at the right place, for you to have the experiences that you are designing for you to grow. So we are all mothers. It doesn't matter if you're a man or you are a woman or you are a child. We are all embedded in the creative force. And this creative force has 3 levels. And each level have a passage, and it's a gate. And it's something that we all need to cross. The first level is the biological mother. And that is when you have you're a parent and you have a blood connection to certain legacy, and you are entitled to past information to that child. Now, to pass information is not only in the moment of conception, it's also a flow that is constant. Even if my child is 35 years old, I am still connected to it, and I'm still connected, passing my information of how I develop my consciousness to that other person. So the responsibility of the mother, it doesn't end when the child goes away from home. It always continues, because the mother is like a broadcasting energy that is always sending a message. And that message is divided in 3 ways. One is deep protection. The mother is the more exquisite love of creation, and it will do anything to protect and to nourish that offsprings. The other one is nourishment. And in that nourishment, there is a little trick in here, because the nourishment that we usually do, that I have observed in my 30 years of practice, is that mothers tend to overextend. They overnourished, overprotect, oversee the offsprings. And that I question myself, say, why is that? And through experience, I have seen it that under that overextension is a deep guilt and a deep insecurity that you as a mother all the time are doing your best and is good, and that you have no faults in front of your offsprings. But the insecurity, how you relate to the offspring is very important, because it's either create a biological dependency that doesn't really allow you to have enough energy to create your own life and to have the passage. So the normal passage of detachment, it gets restrained by the guilt of the mother. And it's the guilt that, number one, is based in the not trusting that your actual offspring comes already equipped with everything it needs to survive and to play its path. So it's not, you don't need to oversee it too much. You just need to broadcast your love and broadcast your attention, but with deep detachment. Otherwise, the first stage of the biological mother, it goes and loops. It goes in loops. And I hear often mothers that say, oh, I am giving everything to my child, and I continue giving to my child, hoping that he will be happy and that he will be successful or whatever. So there are things that you need to check in here is, one is, what is your standards of a happy person? Is it successful, have a career, get married and have the normal Orthodox way of seeing a happy person? Or that child, especially in these times, the person comes with a different outlook of reality and a different purpose, that it doesn't necessarily fit your ways. So refresh your way and look honestly to your child, not as a, oh, this is my child and I am so identifying with that, if he's happy or he's not, or she. But see what really that person is about. What is the makeup? And to start having some boundaries of respect, to trust that your first 8 years, and this is serious, the first 8 years is the power that you as a mother have to mold the psyche of the child. After that, it comes the father. But in the beginning is the two auras are together. And as the child grows, this start to dissemble. So the child at 14, it should have their own energy field. If not, then it will get mad at you. It will hate you. And it will split in trying to have the guilt, oh, I should be nice to my mom. But at the same time, its soul is pushing towards the other direction. So as a mother, you can help. You can help by not obstructing that natural development and not trying that the child returns something to you. What your work have done in the first 8 years, you must trust it. Because if you don't trust it, then you will have that guilt feeling that, oh, I should have done more, I should sacrifice more, that school was no good, or what I did, or what I say, or where I took him or her. All these things come from guilt and regret. Is really behind that is the fear that you have to own your own life independently from the identification of being a mother. Be a mother, but don't make your life around it. Otherwise, you will be easily manipulated and it will be creating an unauthentic relationship. The best is to witness the child, and when it's proper, when it's necessary, you can present the protection or the nourishment. This is a borderline for the mother because we are quickly jumping into protection and quickly jumping into some kind of nourishment, but it's not always well received. The second part is the challenges of the biological mother, right, is detaching in every single age that the child has. And each one have a deeper and deeper connection of owning your own sovereignty and witnessing the own sovereignty of your child. The second part is, let's say that you succeed in being detached from the biological role. The second part then natural move where you are more in charge and conscious that you are the mother of your body, of your all internal universe, all the trillions of cells that born and die and get is a lot of work. you are a own of that universe that is determined by the amount of self-responsibility that you put in your life. And I want to clarify self-responsibility is where you don't blame anybody for your life. Nobody is the responsible for how you feel or what you think. You become a very mature person where you say, I create and choose every feeling, every thought. There's no coincidences. I am the mother of my reality. And in here, I have the choice to select the type of mother I am. I am the authoritarian mother that it says to me, you have to do what I say. Are you the coaching mother style where you say, oh, what do you think? Should we do this together? There are all different kinds of mothers styles, right? And you have your own. There is no good or bad, as some mothers I have seen, young mothers with books and so on. There is no right or wrong. You have to navigate on this. This is the path of the heart. It's the path of compassion. It's the path of symbiosis. It's the path of sympathy. And it's the path of the glory of nourishing everything in creation as your own child. And this is very, very important because this is where we're heading as a collective humanity, is towards the fourth dimension, where in the fourth dimension, you are embracing absolutely every creature, from the far stars to the depths of the intraterrestrials. You are embracing it with the eyes of the mother, where everybody is welcome, everybody have a seat on the table, everybody get fed in the same way, and everybody have a nourishing relationship to you. This is a powerful passages for motherhood, and just a few cross it because we are so sentimental about the biological relationship. And finally, the third level of motherhood is the spiritual level, is where you yourself are not only taking care of the creation that already exists, but you give birth to the creation of others. You become a leader, you become an exalted figure where you give birth to creativity, to possible ways of how humans can relate, make the planet better. You are innovative. You are a leader and embracing and giving birth to a reality that it doesn't exist. That is really the spiritual path of the motherhood, where you are not only having all these three levels, right? Like you can be a biological mother, you must be mother of your own self, and you must also be a mother of others' creation. And not to cheat, not to want to jump from one state to another one. Otherwise, it creates falsity. You know, I have seen in ashrams where I have studied and spent time with saints, where everything is about service, and the stimulation of motherhood is very underlying, serve the other and so on. But there is a time for it, and it's a place for it. If we hide behind serving a larger thing where we are still not independently, energetically from our biological parents, then everything get very confused. I invite you to assess yourself as a mother, as a daughter or son, and as a creator of your reality. Number one, of what's your style. Number two, on what state you are. Are you still in the biological mother pull and push? Are you in the steps of realizing that, oh, it's me who have the power to create what I want and what I need, and I have the power to change things if I don't agree with them or it doesn't suit me? Or you are really ready to give your service, donate your skills, and donate your leadership to give birth to others, to the reality of others. So, and here you have to consider as well the collectiveness of humanity, that in this moment, in this day, we're gathering together. And I will invite you as well that you sit in meditation and contemplate in which of the stages and what of the resonance you want to insert yourself in this matrix, in this reality that we call humanity. Check, and it's easy to decide, say, okay, I have completed my motherhood, and what is my next step on that? So you don't get deluded. You don't expect from your sons and daughter to glorify you. It's you who need to acknowledge your great power as a feminine, and that is active in every out breath you do. You are charging with what is your inside universe. You're charging the outside, where you live, where the people you're in contact. You are a mother, always will be, because it's part of life. It's part of the pungency of love, and it's the thrilling joy of the wisdom of creation. Thank you so much for sitting with me, and I see you in our next class. Namaste.